Hello everyone, this is Carrie Johnson with the Iowa Department of Management. The purpose of this webinar is to discuss the property valuation system. The property valuation system is a system used by county auditors to submit statutorily required property valuation data to Department of Management each year. The system is typically opened around mid-November, and the deadline for submission is January 1. When the system is opened, I will send out notification to county auditors that the system is available, and I will also include 2 sets of instructions. One set of instructions will look similar to this, and it provides information regarding a variety of details, general, but also specific to the current valuation year, if there's anything that needs to be addressed. So it will look similar to this. And you would also receive a set of instructions that looks similar to this set of instructions. And what this discusses is the software operating instructions itself. So more specific about what web browsers are supported, different menu options within the software, just really focusing on how to navigate the system itself. Again, the property valuation system is open mid-November, and those valuations are due to Department of Management and to all levy authorities by January 1 of each year, meaning you need to submit the data on the system and also contact your levy authorities and either provide them with a hard copy or an emailed version of their specific valuation information, or provide them with a link to our system to download those reports. It is an online system, and county auditors are given authority to access the system on the website. County auditors can also request that Department of Management give other county staff members authority to access the system. So if you have a deputy, for instance, that is going to be doing the majority of the real estate work in the system, that's fine. You just need to contact me, and the county auditor would need to contact me, and we can get them access to the system. As I mentioned, it's an online system. You'd go to dum.iowa.gov/counties. That's what we call the county resource page. So there's a link and information to lots of different pieces of information or applications that county auditors would need. On the middle of the page, sort of lower down on the page, you'll see a set of blue buttons that has a variety of different information, including links to applications that county auditors would use. One of those is Submit Valuations, and that is the link to the property valuation system. So when you click on that blue button, it'll bring up a page that looks similar to this. If you're familiar with using Enterprise A&A, it should look very familiar to you. This is where you'd enter your Enterprise A&A account, ID, and password, and enter into the system, assuming that you have been granted access to the system. If you have a new user, or if you are a new user and you need an Enterprise A&A account, you can contact me and I will provide you instructions on obtaining that account. Once you obtain the account, you would send me the account ID and I can give you permissions for your county for the system. So this is just a look at what the screen appears as you log into the system. So on the left-hand side, you'll see a variety of different navigation points, and the middle is your home screen. So anytime you would select home, it would bring you back to this screen. You would use log out, obviously, when you're done working in the system. Import data is where you would select to actually import your DAT file from your local software, and we'll discuss that more in detail in a different webinar. View Edit is a menu item that provides you with several different options, which you can see here, and we'll again address those later on in webinars where we go over this in more detail. Tools provides these different options, a variety of different checks and tools that you might need as you're working in the system. Reports provides you with a different list of reports that you might use personally or you might be providing to others. And File Data with DOM is where you would go when you're actually done working in the system and you feel like your data is ready to be available to the public. Help is where you would go to access the instructions we mentioned earlier. So before you upload any data to DOM, you're going to want to take care of several items. Any levy authority changes, so any changes to those that are taxing within your county. You want to make sure your TIF debt reconciliation is all taken care of and everyone is on the same page regarding TIF usage within your county for the next budget year. You want to add or delete any taxing districts and create or delete any TIF areas. Number 3 and 4 we'll discuss in a separate webinar. So levy authority changes. You need to alert DOM of any levy authority changes because only DOM can actually add new levy authorities or make changes to existing ones. So delete them or change their name. Levy authority changes must be done before the county imports any data into the property valuation system. From your instructions, you'll see a list that looks like this. This is the Levy Authority list, an examples list of different levy authorities that are held within the state. If you're a county, obviously you're familiar with the 2-digit county code. You'll see that as an example. Schools always have a 6-digit completely numerical code. For the most part, other levy authorities start with a county code, a letter of some sort, and then a 3-digit extension. So we can see in this example, Boone County is, of course, County 08. Ag Extension, their letter is a C, and then 001 is just the extension. There's only one Ag Extension, obviously, within Boone County. So most of the levy authorities are built in a similar way. And for more detail, you can look at this within your instructions. Another one that you're going to deal with, of course, is townships. So we have Allen Township 91, that's in Warren County. Townships are a K, 001, because Allen was the first one listed as a township within that particular county. And when we see township splits, then we might see some additional numbers or letters added onto the end of those. So that's where you might see the majority of your changes or shifts with levy authorities. So as I mentioned, levy authority changes can take different forms. We have split townships, so meaning you have a township that's getting fire protection from different cities, and they want to be able to levy different rates, different tax rates, in order to support those different agreements with those different cities. That can happen, but we do need to split up that township, thus creating the need for that extra number that I mentioned on the previous page. Also, new levy authorities, so you might have a new water district or a new sanitary sewer, something of that nature. Those don't happen very often. Name changes, so you might have a township slightly change its name. Schools change their names more frequently, but we do here at DOM, we track those and take care of those changes as they happen. You also might have deletions, so a city discontinues or a township discontinues. And again, these are changes that DOM makes, but we need to work together to get everything squared away with those. Keep in mind, new levy authorities need to be associated with the correct taxing districts. So if you have a new levy authority, DOM creates that code, but then you need to go in and associate, which taxing districts are actually going to be available for that levy authority to tax against. And we can talk about that more in greater detail later. TIF debt certification also needs to occur. Certification of TIF debt is due to the county by December 1. So any of your TIF users need to get to you a TIF debt certification that gives you an update of what they expect for the next year as far as changes for TIF debt certification. If they don't have any changes, they don't need to provide anything, but you would want to communicate with your TIF authorities to see if there's anything coming by December 1. And then the county would then complete TIF reconciliation forms and send those back out to the TIF authorities as soon as possible after December 1. This is really just a communication tool between the county, who's administering the TIF, and the local authorities that are receiving the TIF revenue and incurring the debt to make sure everybody's on the same page. For those forms, you would go to that dom.iowa.gov/counties, that county resource page, and select TIF reconciliation forms under forms. And this is just an example of what that form looks like. You would complete a form for each and every TIF area, urban renewal area within your county. So my name is Carrie Johnson with Department of Management. You can contact me at any time if you have questions, and I will be providing a variety of different other webinars, additional webinars regarding the property valuation system. So please consult the list of webinars and view any that you would think would be beneficial. Thank you.